Yeah. OnChain Revolution, you're not bullish enough. OnChain Revolution, you're not bullish enough. Every day we steady looking at the market, and we gon' tell you how to get started. Chain abstraction, fear and greed index, always looking at price action. Roll call in advance, you don't even gotta mention. I swap it in the deck, you're not bullish enough. Traded in the size, you ain't trenching enough. We do that market recon. Too much Bitcoin, gotta go to rehab. Shizzy and Yagobi. OnChain Revolution, network in the art. Every day we go live, baby, you know where we are. We mention all the networks and the crypto. Need some more liquidity, flipping and trading is the recipe. Too many protocols to count. I get high and I'm never coming down. Number go up, then I'ma say peace. Yeah, you thought that I was gonna leave. Yeah, we just getting started, man. OnChain Revolution. Every day. Bring the beat back. Eyes everywhere, gotta be careful with volatile meme coins. You can get some bread if you round trip it, then you gon' regret. All this information in my head. BYOR, touch grass instead. Nobody really knows how it's gonna end up today. Somebody gotta tell you what's happening today. I don't let the money change me no way. OnChain Revolution, here to stay. Yeah, Sam Sage, man. Voodoo 2 on the way. Yeah. Nicky's. Yeah. OnChain Revolution. OnChain. OnChain Revolution, Bitcoin not an illusion. Market recaps and I do a roll call. You're not bullish in the vocal. Look at the price action, yeah, send it to the deck. Sell it through the spec. Order knows the best. Too much Bitcoin, gotta go to read. If you end up bearish, gotta put the knee pad. Let me see the comments. Look at the fear and greed index. Bridge. Look at the chart.
Welcome back to OnChain Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin crypto ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're back with another OnChain hour, and this one is going to be absolutely awesome, guys, because today in the US, it is Memorial Day, which basically means it's a celebration of our service members and everything that has happened in the U.S., meaning military-wise and stuff like that. So first off, shout out to all the service members, anyone who is in the Army, Navy, Marines, anything like that. We appreciate you today 100%. And then, with going back to the markets here, we got Bitcoin just sitting right under 110,000. What a time to be alive, right? What a time to be in crypto. What a time to be, just participating in these markets, because we're seeing a lot of momentum actually re-enter the markets. And a lot of it's coming from the dog community. It's absolutely insane. I've seen so many hashtag dog on X in the last couple of days, man. I'm getting so bullish on runes. That's kind of the only thing that I'm really, really picking up right now. That's not a recommendation to you at all. It's just something I'm doing personally. And I'm just really getting excited for this next month, right? June is going to be absolutely insane for crypto. It's going to be absolutely insane for Bitcoin. And what comes next is going to be a huge leg up. And we're seeing that in the M2 money supply actually just hit a new all-time high today. And with that, 80-day lag, it just kind of shows you where we're going to be at in about 80 days, guys. I'm excited. You should be excited. But without further ado, bringing my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
What's up, man? First off, just want to say, thank you for your service. You are, a veteran yourself, but I would like to give you the stage here.
Yeah. Shout out to all of those who sacrificed their lives, right? Memorial Day is a special day to kind of give remembrance to them, and then the people that are sacrificing day to day right now as well. So a great way to kick off this week as well. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be eating some barbecue and stuff. So what we're going to do is have some fun today, right? We won't be doing Merlin Mondays because there was a conflict in travel plans and stuff like that with Jeff. So we will be pushing that to tomorrow. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. I'm sure he's going to have some really good alpha for you guys for tomorrow. But yeah, today's going to be kind of a fun. We're going to try to make it fun, really get into these markets and see maybe where Bitcoin's heading, talking about some runes. Just kind of light today, but I'm ready to jump into it.
Yeah, man. The biggest thing of this week is going to be Bitcoin Vegas, right? We have a lot of partners, as you guys can see, and like 60% of them have canceled the meetings for this week because they don't know where they're going to be at the time of those meetings and stuff like that. So you're actually seeing a lot of, people getting ready. People are traveling today, traveling tomorrow. Wednesday and Thursday are going to be the biggest days, and then probably Friday's going to be a big party, which everyone kind of returning back to normal next Monday. So we might see the rest of May here a little bit of sideways, if not big news coming. There is some stuff that I've found, I've been digging up, so we're gonna get into that. But let's get into the topic of the show, which is basically Memorial Day crypto watch, Bitcoin and price discovery, and Texas moves on a BTC reserve. First thing I'll get on that list is we'll take a look at the Colin Talks crypto chart about Bitcoin basically getting in the price discovery here. And if this chart is correct, we're about to see absolute insanity. So this is the updated chart as of Saturday, which is the last time Colin put this up here. So we did have this massive upward and then a little bit of a pullback, which is still completely in line with this chart. But the biggest news from this chart is this new all-time high up here. We've seen it crack the former all-time high that it put in, you want to say about last month, about 30 days ago. And now it is actually moving upward. This thing could actually point us up to 200K if this thing really gets moving. We just seen the beautiful new bill, which is $3 trillion in new funding that's coming out of that. So, dude, I think it's about to get absolutely insane with this money supply. But what do you think about this chart? What do you think about where we're at now and potentially where we're going?
Yeah, so this chart has been pretty true, right, in terms of using it as like an indicator to forecast with. And so I think we are in this specific phase of getting some of these tokens back to where they need to be for this formidable foundation for especially these majors and the blue chips, right? So let's say top 10, right? In those top 10, you have some of these household names: Ethereum, XRP, ADA, stuff like that. And I think and then Solana as well. But I think what they're going to do is use kind of this time frame to kind of get back there. Ethereum getting back to $4,000 is very important. When that happens, I'm not sure, but I do feel confident that, in the next month or so, it could very well get there, especially if Bitcoin hits a new all-time high, right? And then so with this chart, though, the new all-time high being 190 projected in August, to me, that's really bullish, because then we have September, October, November, December left, right? And there's typically, like, if we're in a strong Q4, like, it will end the year strong, right? So that means that, leading up to that middle of December, third week of December, we could be seeing some crazy prices with Bitcoin.
Yeah, man. It's going to get absolutely nuts. I think, I'm still, my number is still 700K for next May. I'm thinking that we're about to have this blow off here, at least for the summer. But it's just hard because we never really seen a bullish summer I've been in crypto now since 2020, and DeFi summer was fun. What? Right, I know. Like, that my first year was, and then the next 3 summers, look at me get bullish, and it just does it, right? So it's just kind of one of those things where it's like I haven't seen it, but I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but this chart is saying it's going to.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate because it was like your welcome in, rolling out the red carpet, saying, "Oh my gosh, okay, summers are pretty cool here," and then the next, like, every summer after that has not been. So I do think that there's a good opportunity that we do see this continuing to go up with Bitcoin, at least, and then getting back to like I said, those previous all-time highs for our alts is very important. And then having that Q4 of when they really run, I think that is like optimal, and I think that's like what we could reasonably maybe expect. We'll see, though.
Yeah, no, 100%, I agree. The next part of that is Governor Abbott hasn't signed the SB 21 yet, which is the Bitcoin Reserve Bill for Texas, but he's shown public support. He has until June 10th to sign or veto the Texas Bitcoin Reserve Bill, or it becomes law automatically. So if he doesn't do anything, it becomes law automatically. This is something new to me, but Governor Abbott is somebody who's definitely came out over the weekend and did post something about Bitcoin. So it's looking like Texas is going to be the second or maybe third state to get a Bitcoin reserve. Absolutely exciting and insane at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's hesitant on. Maybe it's kind of like he feels like he's already feels positive about it, so it's kind of on his priority list just to get to.
Yeah.
But it is exciting because it seems like it is heading that way. I think it'll be a really big shocker if he ended up vetoing it, right? That
Yeah.
would be a big shock. So we'll see if he actually gets around to approving it, or he just kind of lets it expire into law.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, but it's probably one of those things where, this got passed last Wednesday, right? So I mean, it takes time, and a lot of
Review
people on
too.
vacation right now and got to get reviewed and stuff like that. So we'll see if he can get to his desk potentially this week, but we'll see. Jump into the next thing here. David Bailey. He said, I have an important announcement basically to make. Going to be a big week. So after I saw this tweet, I kind of went in and I started looking into potential announcements for what's going on. And I couldn't really find any rumors, which is really weird. Normally with a conference, you can probably get, a few days ahead of the conference, get exactly what's going to happen because things get leaked and stuff like that. But whatever it is, man, they're really doing a great job of holding all the announcements internally. So Vice President J.D. Vance is set to deliver a historic keynote, making the first time a sitting U.S. Vice President publicly endorses Bitcoin. His address will focus on innovation. J.D. Vance right now is just flying around doing things. Like he was at like the Marine graduation or like the Army some graduation over last weekend. And then before that, he was like with the new Pope. And then before that, he was with the old Pope. It's like he's just kind of flying around, and now he's going to be in Vegas giving this keynote. Do you think anything comes out of this? Are you after last year with Kennedy and Trump, it's kind of like, I guess this is okay.
The entire admin or like support group around the admin is pro crypto and Bitcoin. So but like for him to publicly come out and continually do this is gives just extra fuel to the fire, I feel like, in a good way, right? So I don't know if how often he's going to bring it up, but the fact that he's going to be at the conference is kind of like he's the top, in the admin, the top ranking admin this time, right? Obviously, Trump wasn't in office last time, but everybody was kind of expecting that to happen in November when he was there. So everybody went crazy. I think everybody's going to give a lot of support when he's speaking. We'll see, though. It's going to be, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of clips and stuff.
Yeah, I remember last year in Nashville. The first day was like easy. The second day was like it was getting hectic, but the third day when Trump was there, it was hard to maneuver. It was hard to get anywhere, right? Because there was always stopping and starting and stuff like that. So yeah, this is probably a good thing. But in the actual conference, it's probably like, oh crap, Secret Service everywhere again and stuff. But we'll see. So there was two big potential announcements coming out of Vegas here. So developers are expected to unveil the first versions of BitVM2 bridges, aiming to transform centralized sidechain designs to true Bitcoin rollups and permissionless layer 2 solutions. This is one of the two. You would think we'd hear something from our good friends over at Nubit if they were going to get this down. But we know Citria is another company that's really pushing this. But what are you expecting from the BitVM announcements this week?
I think that this is going to be one of those like innovation announcements saying, hey, look, we have solved a major issue with bridging, right? Bringing like the most capable, trust minimized bridging product out, right? And so Citria is somebody that's been building kind of behind the scenes. When we went to Nashville, we actually walked by their booth and didn't really know too much, but then we saw, that they had like, I think, some verbiage that says BitVM, and so we walked up to them, talked to them a little bit, and got to learn about what they were building. I do think that they're probably going to be a pretty big player because they were thrown into the whole op return kind of debate with the storage limit and all that stuff. So they were the project that was behind that. So there's definitely a lot of movement happening with them. And then also the BitVM side of things, Robin Linus has been he's the creator of it, and they've always had this vision, and the vision was to not have to change, I guess, give up Bitcoin security, but also at the same time have the safest way of bridging assets, and that's what they're going to try to roll out here. It's going to be interesting to see how much this is accepted, but it is it will be a big announcement, I think, at the conference, and then we got to start like researching how is this going to affect like our asset class over here in this Bitcoin ecosystem, because I think what it will do is allow a lot of liquidity to flow in and out. Yeah, obviously it's
Yeah.
the bridge is two ways, but I think flowing in and feeling safe about that is the biggest thing.
Yeah, I mean, this would only be good for Bitcoin assets, right? I mean, for sure. I mean, I got to remember, like a lot of the Bitcoin is just either, runes are in the UTXO and ordinals are an inscription data inside of a Satoshi, right? So it's kind of like this is only good. This stuff is just the beginning of an insane Bitcoin ecosystem that we are a part of right now. So. But the next big thing that a lot of people are excited about Vegas is Lightning Network and Taproot assets. So this is something we've heard, months ago, but we never really seen anything come from it. But following Tether's announcement to issue USDT Lightning rails via Taproot assets, significant updates and discussions on the Lightning Network's role. So this is going to be a big topic apparently in Vegas as Bitcoin Lightning and Taproot assets. They're going to be unveiling a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes. I'm actually excited for that. What do you think comes from this?
Possibly a whole new ecosystem, right? A whole new ecosystem of assets. What are Taproot assets, and what does that look like, right? We're used to, what we're familiar with, and that's ordinals and yeah, some of this op return asset class standards, right? Like you have runes, you have ARC20s, you have atomicals, and you have now alkanes. So with Taproot assets, I think that's a whole totally different class, right? It's something I think that like Udi and them were trying to develop before, the Cat VM bridge and all that stuff. So maybe they're going to be working with Lightning. I'm not sure, but will it fragment the current liquidity? I think Runes just has so much momentum that we're in a good spot there. We don't have to worry about this. If anything, this will be just like kind of solidifying that, hey, there can be more than just like one successful standard in the Bitcoin ecosystem, because Runes already has that Kraken commitment, and I expect other centralized exchanges to come in and endless dog as well. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But what I would do is start researching what this means and what Taproot assets are and what they could possibly be in the future, and if there's any like opportunity there, which I think there will be, but still, like we haven't seen anything yet, right? They're gonna have to roll stuff out. It's gonna have to get fun, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, 100% on that. Yeah, I'm thinking, if anything, I think it's gonna be easy. I mean, they say Lightning is the only real L2. Well, in that sense, it should be pretty easy just to bring our assets into the Taproot. I mean, it might not even be a new standard. It might just be, a new way of doing it using what they've built. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Flip this on. It sucks. You got to flip this on manually to show comments on stage, but now we got the comments coming on stage now. So moving that, I got to start remembering that. But all right, jumping to the next thing here. Okay. So Florida introduces a bill to eliminate capital gains tax on Bitcoin. This is a pretty big deal. I mean, if this happens, I think a lot of Bitcoiners are going to Florida right now. A lot of them go to like Puerto Rico and stuff like that because there is no taxes on capital gains there. And but Florida could be a place for a lot of crypto people if this bill gets passed through.
Will it eliminate like federal capital gains tax? Because that's the thing where people are getting confused. I think right now is that like, why are they like stating this? Greg Abbott did this with Texas a week ago and made a big deal about it, but I don't remember Texas having a capital gains tax. So I don't know if it's just a preventative of, saying, hey, look, we're going to protect you guys that that there's nothing in the future that you're gonna have to worry about, or at least up until, someone tries to change it back or whatever, or change it because it was nothing before. But I'm sure there are some states that have their own state capital gain tax. Maybe we just don't look into it, right? Because the whole capital gains tax approach is, what was it federally? I think it was like 30%, something like that. Yeah, high. And so if we can get that on a federal level, I'll be really, really happy. But I don't know if that could ever happen.
Well, think about it, like for me, technically, right? Like if Bitcoin goes up, you're holding Bitcoin, and Bitcoin goes up, and I take profit on it. Like I got to pay a state tax here in Pennsylvania anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So that'll be eliminated. So for you guys, that you don't have a state tax, right? Like you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's not something you worry
state
about.
Income tax. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I mean, it's not insane, but it's like like probably like 1 or 2% of what I make goes to state taxes, right? So it's like it's not significant like the federal, but it's still a good portion. But yeah, we'll see. It's still good.
Yeah.
Biggest news of today is MicroStrategy just scooped up 4,020 more Bitcoin for $427 million at an average price of 106K. So it does look like he bought over the weekend, or maybe Friday. They now hold 580,000 Bitcoin worth 40 billion with 60% a year to date Bitcoin yield, like a 16% yield. I don't understand how they're getting yield for their Bitcoin, but it is absolutely relentless. Congratulations, Michael Saylor, man. You're gonna be absolute legend, dude. Can you imagine if Bitcoin 10x? Like seriously, like it went to $1 million, even if it's like 5-6 years away. I mean, they can just sell like 10% of that Bitcoin and pay back the loan in full, and still sitting on like 500 million or 500,000 Bitcoin. It's pretty wild.
It is wild, and I mean, 16.8%. How is that correct number? Because I feel like that's too
That's
high.
what it said. This
I
is
mean,
from
imagine
Cointelegraph.
how much
Yeah.
are they making? You know, $40.6 billion at 16.8. So this must be some sort of like product offering from Coinbase, maybe at like
Yeah.
institutional levels, or maybe there's like this lending or I don't know. But 16.8% to me, I like, oh my gosh, like imagine how much he's earning on revenue on that. So crazy.
Yeah, man, 100%. President Trump has agreed to extend the June 1st deadline for 50% tariffs on EU. Remember, this is what dropped markets. Bitcoin hit like 112, and then this came out the next day, dropped Bitcoin back down to like 107, and then we recovered up to 110 now. But now it's July 9th. He kicks the can down the road again. But good thing is, in mid-June, we could see a catalyst of a deal getting done, and Bitcoin loves headlines at this point. So
yeah, when did this headline come out?
this one came out this morning.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so but I think it was last Thursday is when he put the 50% for June 1st, and everyone was like, there's a date on it. Oh no, and that's why the market's tanked last week. But
yeah, no, I mean but like that's what happens, right? Whenever he does this, you know. So it's kind of like now it makes sense. It makes a lot more sense. Like the market's bounced back pretty decent today, you know, or like from yesterday. I think it was working its way kind of back here, but getting to 110, it makes sense that, you know, another post that says, hey, we're going to extend it, gave a little bit of positive price action here. So we could see us go back over 110. I didn't realize that was from today.
Yeah, man. All right, moving along here. El Salvador added 8 Bitcoin over the last 7 days, continuing its accumulation. So El Salvador has bought at least 1 Bitcoin for the last 4 years. They have accumulated 1 day. It just shows you, right? A little bit of accumulation. Let's just say you're somebody who has a full-time job. $25 in Bitcoin every day. There's places where you can go lock it in. Coinbase that just set it, forget it, and every day it'll buy you $25 in Bitcoin over the course of 10 years. That might be better than a 401k. So this is something that potentially is really smart. And El Salvador, I don't even consider them a third world country anymore at this point. Like they just seem to be so ahead of everyone else.
They've cleaned up the country, right? And this is just one of the strategies that helped do that, right? It was the acquiring Bitcoin and being consistent with it. And so they're not no longer a third world country. In fact, people are like planning to move there and all these things. But I think it just gets better over time. They added 8 Bitcoin over the last 7 days. So how does that work with their IMF deal though, right? Because I think they were like there was an agreement, but then at the same time, I think it just had to do with like the public government public funds they couldn't continually acquire Bitcoin or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think it was they couldn't use that money to acquire Bitcoin or something like that. So this is just kind of their I guess their holdings in cash, and they're just kind of buying it with that. So it's 110K every day that they're purchasing. So
yes, sir.
All right, next one is absolutely insane. Record lows for Bitcoin on exchanges. Look at this chart, dude. So if you wanted to buy 20,000 Bitcoin, you'd have to go to multiple exchanges. So look at this. This is Bitcoin on exchanges, and it is just ripping lower. I mean, it is absolutely insane. There's barely anything left on exchanges at this point. This is like an all-time low. That's never been this less Bitcoin. Is this like, are we about to see a supply shock?
I think we are already started seeing a supply shock
Yeah.
a little bit, right? I mean, come on, like that's crazy how low it is. So and it correlates perfectly with the price, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As you
Yeah.
see, the further it's the inverse, obviously, because
Yeah.
it's supply and demand. That's how it works. So this is exciting times because I think this is only going to continually go in the same directions, right?
Yeah.
Because now you have you know entities and countries and nation states and all these things that are going to start wanting to catch up and stuff, and this could become a really historical supply shock for Bitcoin.
Yeah, 100%, dude. It's going to be absolutely insane. This is why we're saying it's going to be an insane summer. Like people are looking for the first time at Bitcoin, like and they're like, just getting involved. We're seeing new holders come online every single day, and some of these new holders are billionaires, guys. They're not here to buy one or two. They're here to buy like 1 or 2,000, and there's just not enough for like 1,000 millionaires to come on board. There's just not enough Bitcoin. We're gonna have to push prices so high to where people who've been holding over the last 4 years want to sell to these people. But we'll see. But let's kind of dig into the crypto fear and greed here. So last Monday we're at 71. Yesterday we're at 67. The hint for you is we're dead center of 71 and 67. Where do you think we're at?
71 and 67.
Yeah.
So that would be what 69?
Yes, sir. He got it. So we're at 69.
I love
mean,
when you give me
still
the easy hints.
Well, it's hard. Think of a mind thing. Like I'm sitting here trying to give you a
Yeah.
hint, right? So what do I say in this situation? You know what I mean? Like
2 points higher than where we were. It's gonna eventually
know?
get there, and then eventually it's gonna be like 69. 69. It's just
Yeah.
it's 69.
But yeah. So like, what would I say?
I mean, there's nothing that you can say. It's just we gotta keep playing it like this.
But yeah, man. So 69 feels fair. Especially for the first day of Bitcoin conference, I feel like we should be in the 70s, 80s, and 90s real soon. Do you see this as can we head back to the yellow, or are we going to be in the green for a little while?
I think we're gonna I think we're gonna probably push up a little bit more because that headline today. I know Bitcoin really hasn't been as sensitive to headlines for the past maybe month and a half, but it did on Friday, in my opinion, with the the UE in June 1st. But then like this reversal of kind of sentiment from Trump, I think maybe pushes us back up. So I think we actually might hang around here or go back into the 70s. But we'll see how the rest of today plays because it is we're just starting the day off. So
100%. All right, jump into the let's get into the Bitcoin price action brought to you guys by Artura.finance. Artura, they're set to go live really soon. They're going to be going live on 2 different Bitcoin L2s. The first one that we're going live on is Hemi. Hemi is backed by Binance. Hemi does not have a coin right now, so using Artura.finance on Hemi could potentially get you maybe an airdrop from Hemi, but definitely an airdrop of the ARA token, which is Artura Finance's token. I'm definitely going to be hunting this token, farming everything to get as much as I possibly can. Very bullish on Artura, but they're not just launching on Hemi, they're also launching on Botanix. Botanix, the spider chain. We are hearing, well, I am hearing that is going to be incentivized somehow. So maybe not having an airdrop on Botanix, but there's going to be other ways for you to earn, and potentially using Artura.finance on Botanix could get you an incentivized gain somehow. That is for you to do your research on and check out, but definitely check out Artura.finance.
Yep, guys. And before we get into the Bitcoin price action, as always, help us out here on the YouTube side. Smash that like, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on so you know when we go live on X. Let's share the space, get as many people in here as possible, educate, onboard as many people to the industry as possible here. And then on Abstract, if you wouldn't mind sharing that, that would be a great thing for us, and we would greatly appreciate it. But let's jump into some Bitcoin price action, which has been a little bit wonky this morning. But let's start with the hour chart. As I always do here, you can see we're sitting right underneath 110. We're at 109.905 right now, right? So we just had this pretty big green candle here. You can see that, the Bollinger Bands did tighten a little bit here, and then there was a pretty big move down. It started to open up, and then it had gone sideways a little bit. So they really even have a chance to really tighten again. But there was a big move up just recently. So this is the 5-minute chart. So very short time frame. This is what all the charts default to, 5-minute. And so it's more, in my opinion, to kind of look at positioning, get yourself into a good position, stuff like that. But then we move over to, actually, sorry, I said I started with the hour, but I actually started with the 5-minute. Yeah, but that is true. Everything I just said about that. So this is what's happening very, very locally, right? You're talking about the 5-minute chart. So this is where the volatility is starting to happen. But let's go to the 1 hour. The 1 hour is interesting because the 5-minute, like I just showed you, has some pretty big green candles. So you probably wanted to position yourself after that MACD had kind of exhausted the sell pressure, but the MACD on the 1 hour looks like the buy pressure is exhausted a little bit. But this is where it can get tricky because you see these tiny little red candles here. Those honestly could get reversed very easily. So if that shorter time frame continues to be aggressive, push up, I would expect for this to open back up into the green, and then we're positioned very well for the stochastic RSI for that to happen too, right? We're in oversold. We're at a 13.69, which crossing back up above 20 points is the goal. So we'll see if this kind of reverses on the hour chart. So the 5-minute, where you get your position in the hour, aren't really matching up in terms of your indicators as much, right? But you just saw this go light here and it just went dark again. So we'll see if this hour MACD can kind of get a reversal here. But so second half of today, I would say if we do get this kind of pop up, it become another green candle on the MACD, we could see some further price action up. And I do think that post by Trump is bullish in terms of people's mindset. So Saylor also just purchased all that Bitcoin too. So there's some catalyst here on this Memorial Day holiday, right? And so we'll see if this does kind of push back up. But if this happens, right, our indicators kind of show that. I do expect further push up. I think we cross back over 110, 110.5, 111. I would not be shocked if we hit a new all-time high, honestly, if we get kind of in that range, right? So that is the hour chart. Let's take a look here at the 4-hour chart. So 4 hours more aligned with the 5-minute, right? So if you're looking to get in a position, you can kind of see this kind of lines up more with the 5-minute chart, but it is showing some positive price pressure here on the MACD. We just kind of came into overbought, so probably hang out here a little bit. So this is giving me a little bit more conviction of what I just said for the rest of today, getting up above that 110, which we just did cross back above. So we're at 110 right now, $110,016. So looking pretty good here. It does look like it's starting to tighten too, so probably a big volatile move, maybe another set of green candles starting to form again, right? Maybe another push up here on the 4 hour. So looking pretty good for maybe here for today, tomorrow, maybe even parts of Wednesday. So 4 hour looks pretty good. Let's take a look here at the weekly chart. Weekly chart still looks great, looks beautiful for Bitcoin. We are still green candles only, which is wild because not even a tiny little red like blip, nothing. It's all green. Yes, we've had some small greens, but we did finish every week in the green. So that's bullish. It follows that M2 money supply kind of forecast as well. So weekly looking great as well, guys. Bitcoin's just looking really good. So let's take a look at the alt market here. The others chart does look like it's catching back up. When I first woke up this morning, the weekly candle actually started off red. So we are bouncing back with alts as well. Looking really good in my opinion. We still need to kind of bump up here above the 50-day EMA in my opinion, but I think we could get there. Let's say if Bitcoin hits a new all-time high either today or tomorrow, we go into price discovery for Bitcoin. Maybe it's trying to search through like 112, 115. Who knows? Maybe it has another, leg up in terms of aggressiveness. I think most people that have been following Bitcoin's price action believes that 120 to 130 by at least mid-June, and I think that's a pretty safe, amount of time to get there. So I think we're looking okay too on the others chart as well. Like I said, I would like for us to get above this 50-day EMA and feel a little bit more comfortable, and then start to fast track if Bitcoin goes into price discovery today or tomorrow, maybe the rest of this week. Let's take a look here at the crypto bubbles. The crypto bubbles on the daily looks great. I mean,
Wow.
I think there's this one right here, which is XAUT. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, is this it looks like Tether Gold. This is the one that's going to be on Lightning, right?
I think
Maybe
that's
I'm thinking
Tether-backed gold product.
Okay. So, I was like, yeah, there's no way it would be. I don't even think that product's created yet, the one on Lightning, right? or is
Yeah,
it like
not
about
yet.
to be released? Maybe. Anyhow, like as you can see, that's the only thing that's in the red. I'll know this PAX G, I guess. So you have some of these memes jumping back up. You have Dog with Pat at up to 10.2%. You have Bonk up 5.4%. And I bet you that Dog of the Moon in the next couple of weeks makes its way in the top 100. We'll see though.
Can't wait for
Virtuals
that. Yeah.
looking really strong, man. Up 19.2%. A lot of those Genesis launches are doing well too with their Virgin points and stuff. So kudos to Virtuals and kind of reshaping the way that they did their launch pad, right? So that's what you got to do, man.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that like I wish Pump Fun would do more, and I think maybe they're trying to do something different. But Virtuals, I hand it to them for that. It definitely has helped their price and stuff like that. Some utility stuff: ADA up 4.3, Ondo up 4.7, RWA. You got Pancake Swap up 5.5%. So everything is just looking really strong. Unisat up 8.9%. Let's take a look at
Swap. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I meant. Did I say Unisat?
Yeah. No worries.
You remember when we used to do that like every
I used to
show?
do it all the time. But we used to do the opposite. We used to call Unisat Uniswap.
Yeah. And we were like, I hate that you named it this
Yeah, I
Unisat.
know.
Rename it. Some notables on the top 100 through 200. We got AI 16Z up 12.8%. That AI framework there. Dog Go to the Moon up 10.9%. Shout out
Ooh.
Runes. Shout out Bitcoin ecosystem here. Yeah, anything that sticks out to you or you want to kind of search for
Yeah.
here?
So just so everyone knows, track is Oregon Trail. That is not the track that we know in the Bitcoin ecosystem. So just a heads
Oregon
up.
Trail.
Yeah, Oregon Trail. It's this. I think it's like a. What is it? It's been around for a long time. It's I forget what
Well,
it's
it's been
called. But
around
that's
since I
what
was
that
in
track is.
middle school playing it on the Macintosh.
Yeah, well that too. I forget what they do. I want to say privacy, but I don't think it's privacy. But they do a lot. They're actually doing a lot of stuff there. They're actually one of the bigger coins on Coinbase. Let's see. I mean,
White.
Dog, absolutely huge, right?
White is down 9.3%. I don't even know what that is. Dog,
Yeah.
Dog is big. That's a big win.
Toshi up, so definitely. But dude, Dog on the timeline. I don't know. Maybe it's just mine, but like it's
everybody's.
just crazy. It's just crazy right now.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the crazy thing is they've been winning social mindshare for a while. But now I think it's going to be domination. Like they're going to be dominating in terms of like the social mentions. Here, I think the next like probably, dude, 6 months, like on and off, like up and down, but it's crazy. But that is the Bitcoin price action, guys, along with the alts and some crypto bubbles for you guys. If there's anything you guys want us to check out, let us know. We will take a look for it during these sessions. You put it in the chat probably leading up to the price action, so we can check it whenever we'll be ready whenever we pull it up. But yeah, I think we're looking good, bro.
Yeah, man, looking great. Let's kind of get into the roll call here, get into the comments. Let's see who is here on this channel. First is first. If you make the first comment of the day, you get put on this list. Today it was my guy Webdro. Shout out to Webdro with his 20th victory of the year. Congratulations to you, man, on your 20th win. But dude, it's looking like a 3-man race right now. We got Lackey Lukey with 18, Webdro with 20, and Danny Boy with 23. This is looking really, really strong. I think ASAP Benji's in the 10s as well. So we'll see who can take this. But guys, there's plenty of time. All you got to do is be that first comment of the day to get put on here. We still have 6 more months. We're not even halfway there yet. So I actually think June 31st will be halfway. So we're getting there, guys. We are getting there, but still plenty of time. 20 wins is not hard to do. Well, I mean, yeah, it was kind of hard to do. So we'll see. I don't want to take away from what these guys have done over the course of the last.
Dude, yeah. I mean, these guys they're working for it, bro.
I know. I mean, there's a Bitcoin frog, man. That frog could be, by December 31st, it could be like 10K. So we'll see. But in that second spot, we got my man Lackey Lukey every single day right there. Tim Baker. Oh, my man Tim Baker back in the chat. Shout out to Tim Bakes. ASAP Benji. I've noticed every time we do a later stream, whether it's me or you, Tim Baker's always in there. Tim's on that time zone. Then we got ASAP Benji, Mats is here. Danny Boy says, nice job, Webdro. Danny Boy said, Bitcoin weirdos killing it. Minute 12. Oh my God. Good for you, bro. And then the Wolves smashed OKC. Let's go. And then we have Danny Boy again. Let's see. Webdro says, thank you. My Liquidium Loan Leverage Pro Max Ultra insane teaching. Can't wait for instant ordinal loans to reduce the stress. Wow. Yeah, definitely have to look more into that. Moon Yacht Club is here. Rare Sats Ordinals are here. It says unwrecked. I actually like that. We're unwrecked. we're no longer erect from our runes positions. Seek Eternal is here, and then we have, let's see, PJNZ Peanut Butter Jelly Time himself. One Plus Sat is here, and then we have Why How Loop is here. Why How Now? Why? All right, man. Thank you for that. 1 equals X is here. Shout out to 1X. Bitmap Capital is here. Mempool Punk is here. Chief Axel, my man Kevin B. Williams is here. Shout out to you, my friend. Part of the Dog Army. Nabob is here. Zappy is here. Shout out to Zap High Gang. Patty Poo, the Bitcoin machine himself, is here. It's been a little while since we saw Patty Poo. Or am I just
I think he popped in here on Friday, maybe.
Gotcha. Shout out to you, my friend. Nighthawk is here. GM. The calm before the storm. By the way, Webdro got lucky. All right. GM. Bitcoin is truth is here. Crypto slow. This is Vegas, baby. I will throw a 20 through the slots for you, Shizzy. If you win, bro, I better get my cash, right? So no, I'm just kidding. But Crypto slow's out there, guys. If you guys are out there, meet up with Crypto slow. He said Bitcoin weirdos printing from Mint. Buy 1 million dog for an instant millionaire.
Ooh. Going to $1, huh?
Right now is what, $5,000 for 1 million dog. So wow. I mean, he's saying $5,000 can get you. That's $1,000.
So what would the market cap be at $1? I know it'd be crazy. What's the total supply? 100 million?
So right
100
now,
billion. Sorry, 100 billion.
It's like half a penny. It's half a penny for a dog. So
Bitcoin is times running right now.
Is it?
Yeah, bro. It's at 10,400. It's running too. It's kind of taking off velocity right now.
All right, let's get through this so I can so we take a look. Courtney Johnson's here. Mike Elvis here. Shout out to Courtney Johnson, man. He says he's always bunging out ZBCN. Malam Yuri is here, and Crypto Side Low Side on the plane. So shout out to you, my friend. Hopefully you guys have a safe travel. You guys are headed out to Vegas, but appreciate you watching Crypto Slow. Got that internet in the air. Shout out to you,
gotta have it,
and all you guys. So, and that is your roll call today. That's why I wanted to do the show today, because people are flying, man. I just want to give people some content, and always glad to be that content for you guys.
Absolutely,
appreciate you choosing us too. So thank you guys so much. But you want to show that Bitcoin chart real quick? I mean,
let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. So we are at like 10,390. So it looks like we're running into a little bit of resistance here, but every time we run into it, it seems to be able to continually thrust up here. But let's see if this goes into kind of this free fall or free fly, I should say, up. I mean, even if we don't, I don't think we do I think we just get like a breather or something and then kind of reset a little bit and then continue on. Possibly that's typically what happens if we're in bullish kind of environment, but we'll see what happens here. But yeah.
All right, let's jump into the next topic here. So could Rune June be a big deal this summer? What do you think about Rune June? Casey came out and said that if it rhymes, it must be true. So,
I mean, isn't that like a law of the universe? No, I'm just kidding. But
if it rhymes, it's true. But seriously, let's kind of dig in a little bit. So we are seeing dog from all exchanges, right? We saw a post this weekend from I think it was OKX, right? That basically every one of these tokens is listed on OKX except this one, dog, right? And if you look in the comments, bro, it is dog, like insanity. Every comment here is dog. Pretty freaking awesome. The dog community is super strong, but the fact that they probably just went to CoinGecko and looked at the top 20 memes and just threw them all on this plane, right? But without thinking, the only one not listed is dog.
Yeah. And I think that changes. I think OKX list. I think there's gonna be a point where Binance is pressured to list it. And I feel like they don't want to, dude. I feel like there's like this thing, they're like, oh, yeah. I mean, let's be honest, like humans are stubborn, but also like it's like, they're the biggest exchange in the East. You have Leonidas constantly like tagging them, calling them out and all this stuff. But I think there comes a point in time, man, like let's say Kraken listed Doggett to 1.5 billion, 2 billion, 2.5 billion. I mean, like at that point, like it's business wise, it's just really stupid not to list it, because at this point you're losing on spot listing fee or spot fees, you're missing on perps fees, you're missing on all this opportunity, and not only that, you're missing on marketing that Dog brings to everybody. Like Dog just naturally brings like eyes and ears to whatever you have, if you cash tag it, if you list it, whatever, so I think that like I do think the almighty Binance will have to list it eventually too.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, the biggest thing will be people leaving Binance and going to Kraken, right? Potentially, I think that would be a big wake up call if you're seeing Kraken volume go up because of a token that they want there. And I think once Dog gets listed on Kraken, Kraken's going to hit like all time high in volume, in my opinion. I'm seeing it all over the timeline. I have $1,000. I have this much. I have this much. Just kind of waiting for Dog to be listed there. But I kind of want to go over a few things here. So you're seeing Dog, right, as the top winner here, but there's Uncommon Goods, dude, has 260,000 holders. Like, this is absolutely insane. 260,000 holders. Dog has 96,000. What is going, like, how is this possible? I don't even know if there's 260,000 holders of anything in the Bitcoin ecosystem.
Well, that had to do with a lot of just the people that were minting it in the very beginning, and because it was a mempool kind of like, what was it, like a hedge play or whatever. And so it's gonna be interesting to see how Uncommon Goods does, because that was a one that was like talked about a ton, and a lot of us were thinking about like how strategically you can benefit the most from Uncommon Goods, and a lot of us, it would lead into next cycle, right? But maybe not. Maybe, like think about if Runes is gonna get all this attention, Kraken has the infrastructure to list almost all of them, and then these other centralized exchanges, let's say Coinbase is on board, they're like, they just replicate Kraken's like infrastructure as well, have their own way of doing it, then I think Uncommon Goods has the ability to really thrive. And at $3 million market cap, it obviously the demand needs to jump up tremendously, because the supply is like continually ramping up, right? Because that's how it works until I think there's next halving block, it'll stop.
Every block there's Uncommon Goods minted, just like how there's bitmaps minted, right? So do you think this has a run? 98 cents, 93 cents. I mean, this time last year it was like, I think it was like $6 or $7. I mean, it's down.
Yeah, it is down. It is down. I think it got 10x of where it is now at one point, right?
Yeah.
But like, I think it could, because basically all you got to do is spin up the narrative and say, hey, look, this is like one of those that's going to stop having emissions the next halving block. Like there will be no more emissions, right? So that's why we also kind of said maybe like closer to that, it will get bullish. And then people are like, okay, like now we know what the supply is kind of set at. Almost, right? And then that's when you get into it. But there's always an opportunity if there's liquidity, and we're in more of a risk-on environment. Narratives can be spun up out of nowhere, and they can be truly like believed, by everybody, and that's how you get that demand going, and that's where the opportunity, I think, with Uncommon Goods lies.
Yeah, 100%. Really, absolutely insane opportunity. So this is something in the bear market of 2027. I'm going to be accumulating Uncommon Goods. I think maybe a few every single day, very slow buying. But I think that is going to be the play of next cycle. But I do think it does get a boost here. It's a tough one to play, because you see, we're very bullish today and we're down 7%. Right. So, but yeah, let's kind of dig into Dog here. Sitting very strong on 96,000 holders, 4% up. We see the demand from these exchanges on listing it. Dog's gonna run hard, but people who want to do a 20-30x, in the next 6 months, that might not be the play for them, right?
Yeah,
Give
I
me some
think.
plays here
Yeah.
that could potentially be a complete upward momentum winner.
Well, I think like it's a safer play for like a 10x, type of thing for dog, right? But then you have
Yeah.
your opportunity runes, which to me are like $1 billion cats in at 21 million. The all-time high is 155. So if you just go based off of that, you're looking at probably what was that like a five what about 7x probably around
Yeah.
there. Magic Internet Money is kind of high already, but there's always a strong community with Magic Internet Money that was before formerly known as Wizard, which was a BRC20. I think that market cap was really high too at one point.
Yeah.
Then you have Pups, which is crazy. So Pups probably has a 10x, 10 to 20x in it, depending on like where it goes. But then you have the low hanging fruit like the Gizmos, and then you have
Yeah.
the other one, the Bro Bear. So Gizmo's at 7 million, Bro Bear's at 3 million. And then you have like stuff like Water Waddle Pingus, Psycho Hamster, Base Internet Panda. Those are all sitting at 1 million, and those got to 10 million. So that's like a 10x if it can get to where it previously was. But it really depends on like how the marketing goes with the Kraken situation, and then also like Arch Network, and which of these like OG tokens is going to thrive. There's going to be a group of them that will. There'll be some that just never come back because they don't have community, they don't have leadership, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Dude, I'm seeing 111 on my clock here. Is that what
Are
we
you?
just hit? Yeah.
No, it bounced back just now. It bounced back
Did it?
down. Yeah, so we're back right now. We're sitting right at 110 again. Yeah, this is a weird price action. There was a lot of volatility that just happened. So it did crawl all the way back to right at 10,000, but now it's going back up. So it's
Yeah.
Bitcoin doesn't really know what it wants to do today. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, or it's a lot of stock guys just wanting to have some fun on a day off, right?
True.
Could be
Definitely
it too,
could be the case.
yeah, but I'm 100% with you on this one. I think the best type of portfolio, if you're just getting in the runes for the first time, you're like, I don't want to miss this, would be, let's just say you have $10,000. Be safe. Maybe put $5,000 in dog, right? And then $2,000 in Billy, $2,000 in pups, right? And then if you want to play, I would go a little risky. I would, maybe a couple $100 in Gizmo, a couple $100 in Bear, a couple $100 in Lobo, a couple hundred in Base Independent. Is there anything here that you would want to take maybe 10% of your portfolio that you need to get really risky with? Which plays would you choose with that 10%?
It is tricky a little bit, but I would probably start to look and see is there anything outside of the meme thing here, like, so Liquidium, where are they at 30 million maybe, or 20? I would try to see what Fluids token is at right now, because obviously it's going to be the market cap of the Cardano one. So I would I know there's not a lot to choose from on the utility side, but I think that
what would you do if you had 10K?
If I had 10K, I would do.
You want to put 10K
I think
in runes?
I would probably do what you said. I would do at least half in the dog, because I personally think that now dog has a setup to where it could get to 2 to 4 billion. That's not crazy to think about, right? Obviously, I would have like the timeline would be all the way until the end of this year, but like, and I wouldn't be shocked if it even got higher than that. So for me, I know that 5,000 is safe there. I would probably go into Billy because the marketability of it, the IP there, and the community is pretty crazy. I personally would skip over Magic Internet Money. I know it probably will get to like 300 million to 500 million to maybe $1 billion even, but I'm okay with that because it's already at 60 million. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm fine. And it came in later than everybody, so I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm fine skipping over that and probably putting in so 5, 2, 2, and then I would do one of the small ones with a G. I would probably do, in my opinion, I would do Bro Bear, only because I feel like Bro Bear is you have Kook behind Bro Bear, you have some other KOLs behind it. You also have like, now the branding starting to come in with the bit shaders. There was a Bro Bear versus the Billy fight in that fighting game, and stuff like that. So that's what I would do. But doesn't mean that like I don't believe in Gizmo. I think Gizmo is going to do great. I think Lobo has that community, and also the kind of the capital venture capital guys that are behind that. There's just so many options, dude. This is the first time to
Yeah.
feel great, like, and be like, oh my gosh, there's like, I feel okay choosing, like, actually thinking about like what my portfolio could be with runes.
Yeah, 100%. And even if you want to do it, what do you think about a strategy that goes $10,000 total? 1,000 in dog, 1,000 in Billy, 1,000 in Mim, 1,000 in pups, 1,000 in Gizmo, 1,000 in Bro, 1,000 in Liquidium, 1,000 in maybe Fluid, like something like that. Do you
That
feel
could work
would you
too,
feel
yeah,
comfortable
because
in that?
yeah, but what I would do also is I'd be paying very close attention to the ones that, like, once like the rune momentum truly starts to kick in, dogs on Kraken, Arch is out there, people are
Dogs
trading
on
rune.
Kraken.
Yeah, yeah,
I love
yeah.
this sound like dog on crack with dog on Kraken.
But like people are trading on Saturn and adding liquidity to Saturn to all
Yeah.
these runes tokens. If your rune in one of those $1,000 runes aren't moving during that process, I say get out real quick and then either double into like something that is moving or find something else.
The problem with that, though, with me anyway, the second I do that,
It
my rune's
moons.
not moving. I go to another one. That one tanks, and then the one I got out goes up, right? That always seems to happen to me, bro. Anytime I'm like, screw this token, it's not moving, I'm out. It moons.
I know, like I don't know, maybe like we got to come up with like some kind of like good juju or something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the sports players have like their favorite sock in their pocket or something like that, or
yeah.
like what I mean, lucky dice or something. You got to turn it around, man.
Yeah, man. I gotta get some luck. But I do think this entire ecosystem is about to blow, and not having a part of your portfolio in the Bitcoin ecosystem, I think, is a really, really bad mistake. This is my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think even if you want to stay safe, I think dog is the safest play in crypto. Would you agree with that?
Ooh, right now I'm starting to feel that way. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's starting
yeah,
to feel that way. Let's hope the momentum continues though, right?
yeah,
It'd be huge to get like a Coinbase or Binance to bring it on board, but Kraken's a great start.
yeah, 100%. And dude, this is easily a penny with a Binance listing.
Yeah.
Easily a penny with a Binance listing.
And let's not forget about Slingshot too. Is about to
Yeah.
they're about Magic Eden's about to do their marketing, like guerrilla marketing push soon with it too.
Yeah,
So,
that's the thing. Like, so I was doing some research, and a lot of people are saying like, get into stuff with a lot of big catalysts, and I don't see anything out there that has more catalysts than Runes. Runes has just like you mentioned, the Slingshot catalyst, the Kraken catalyst, the Binance catalyst, the potential Coinbase catalyst, right? Not to mention the Arch catalyst, right? And what's going to happen on there, and there's just so many big headlines that can come from this baby of an ecosystem. I mean, what? This entire ecosystem is less than $1 billion, right? Like,
yeah. And people are getting tired of trading on Solana and stuff. Like I
yeah,
see it. I feel it whenever I'm over there every once in a while, and
yep.
they're getting tired of it. It's just such a rug race over there, and it's you know, oh, I feel like the experience is going to be different on Saturn. I mean,
Yeah,
there's going to be some people that grift. That always happens in the space, but I don't know. I feel
yeah.
like Solana loses momentum the Q4,
Shout
somewhere
out
in
to
Q4.
Crypto Slow with a $20. My God, have a drink on me. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, sir. That is much appreciated. Thank you. You are absolutely amazing. And then Kevin B. Williams says the ticker is dog. He says dog is king. Dog will flip Doge. Dog is for Kevin Williams is having a day for himself. Oh my goodness, but I love it. I love it, Kevin. Thank you guys. Mike Elf says dog. Coltonomic
Coltonomics. Yep.
or a strong one. Is that a word?
I mean, it is now.
Colton Adams. But Kevin is just ripping the comments up. Much appreciated to you, my friend. Absolutely awesome. But yeah, it does look like to answer this question, could Rune June be a big deal? What do you say?
Yeah, I think it could be a big deal.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, man. All right, jump into the couple things here left. Fluid tokens dog unlock later today. I'm excited for that because not all my dog, but some of my dog is locked up right now in this vault. So if you go to your staked, jump over to here, it's going to show me my personal stake. Here we go. So in about 8 hours and 1 minute, so basically 8 hours from right now, which is looking like about 8 p.m. tonight, I will be able to unlock my dog. My dog is finally coming back to me, 400,000 of mine, and I'm getting about 20% APY. I'm finally getting my dog back.
Sounds
but I'm
funny.
there.
like you have him in the shelter. You're like, they're unlocking my dog. They're bringing him back to me.
I'm staking my dog in the shelter so I can earn more dog. Well, I can earn a second dog. We're staking my dog for 90 days. But no, I'm actually excited for this one. I already claimed this. It's a little bit of a glitch here on that side. I got to tell Raul about that. But definitely will be claiming my dog tonight. And if you guys have, I know a bunch of you guys are a part of this. You guys think so. But the reward is going to be nice. 3 million dog split up between us. So that is going to be nice little reward. So
yes, sir, man. It's gonna be exciting for a lot of people unlocking that dog. And it was smart that they locked it up because they weren't able to sell it.
Think about it, dude. 3 million dog. Raul should just like start just investing, because every single time the Billy unlock, I mean,
it was
next. So, and then dog, I think that at the time they probably paid 10K for 3 million dog, and right now that's like 30K. So pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Or like 15K. They probably pay like 7 for it, and it's probably like 15 now. So they just doing a great job of doing those vaults. So, but the last thing here is Fluid tokens. Time to change the lending space now. Fluid Perps goes live on testnet June 5th. Fluid is bringing Perps to Cardano. Absolutely massive for those guys. So proud of Raul and his team there, man, over in Fluid tokens.
Yeah, they got to have a team of like 20 developers or something at this point.
I think it's like the 3 of them, dude.
I know. They're just like grinding it out.
All right. And that is our show today, guys. We're keeping it short, but we appreciate all 177 of you guys on YouTube and X, not to mention everyone on Twitch, Rumble, and Abstract. We appreciate all you guys, and obviously our Spotify later. Don't forget, we are on Spotify, guys, and check us out all week.
Absolutely, guys. And we hope that you enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day. Eat good food, go swimming, etc., etc. You know, Bitcoin's doing its thing. Bitcoin will do its thing. And then Runes, we're going to have a fun Rune June. But we appreciate each and every one of you guys. Just like Shizzy said, without y'all, we couldn't do this. And without our partners as well, we also couldn't do it. So if you could check them out, we would greatly appreciate it. Sats Terminal is the DEX aggregator swap for the Bitcoin ecosystem. Right now, you can swap for Doggo to the Moon, $1 billion cat, any rune that you pretty much like. And then also, if you're interested in alkanes, they have alkane support as well, guys. Make sure you're earning that amber. The amber points are going to go towards something alpha related in the future relating to Sats Terminal. Make sure you're on top of that as well. You can use your referral link, and you can even earn more amber there. So head over to satsterminal.com. You can learn about what they are building. That team is crushing it as well. And then BetBTC is the predictions marketplace of the Bitcoin ecosystem. All you need is some Bitcoin and a Bitcoin wallet and 6 Bitcoin blocks, which, yeah, it could be some time. But after that, you can start placing bets in their markets. Their blitz markets are really exciting. You can kind of take in a long or a short based on either Bitcoin, Solana, or BNB's price. You get 10 minutes to kind of lock in what price you want, and then 10 more minutes to see if you won or lost. They're going to have future features like, you know, creating your own markets. You're going to earn 1.5% of the total volume there. I'm excited about that. That's something because you can kind of create your own path to success. Head over to betbtc.win, dive in, get familiar with the platform. A lot of new features coming very soon. So stay tuned to those guys, updates there. And then Emblem Vault is the interoperability. That's something you should never try to say fast. Interoperability tooling for the Bitcoin Layer 1 ecosystem, guys. You're going to be able to jump your ordinals from Bitcoin Layer 1 to Merlin Bitcoin Layer 2 to Abstract to Base, eventually Solana as well. And you're probably going to get some assistance from their AI agent Hustle to help you do that. Once they add the Bitcoin tech stack to it, that's when you're going to be able to kind of get that assistance from him. But right now you can utilize Hustle to kind of help you trade and do research in Solana. And he's actually can do research in other ecosystems as well. He can't trade in any other ones yet, but they will add, tech stacks to different environments for you in the future. Exciting stuff with this one, guys. exciting stuff with this one. I would say just utilize it. It's free right now. They will have a business model kind of with their tokenomics involved. So right now you can just use them as a research tool. That's what I do. And then eventually they will have their Rune. So this is going to be another utility Rune. That's going to be exciting in the future. But they have their TGE in September of this year. You can actually buy a pre-sale right now of it on OpenSea as an ERC 721. And then once it gets close to the September TGE date, they're going to give you instructions on how to get those runes into your Bitcoin wallet. Head over to emblem.vision. That is the main website where you can get breakdowns of everything we just talked about. So excited about this team. And then Artura Finance is the perps and leverage DEX of the Bitcoin ecosystem. They just announced their token for their platform, and the tokenomics and all that stuff should be coming out soon. So I'm excited about this team. You're going to be able to trade dog go to the moon. Let's say you missed out a little bit on getting in early on dog on the moon. You can be able to trade. So, you know, be responsible though, because don't come crying to me, say you lost all your money. That's, you know, you got to develop your trading skills there. So be responsible. Everybody's an adult. That typically is in our industry, right? So you got to take responsibility for that. But you can trade synthetic Bitcoin tokens. You can trade popular outside of the ecosystem like Tau, Ethereum, tokens like that as well. Head over to Artura.finance to learn more, dive into their docs, ask any questions, head over to their Discord. They're ready for questions there. And then Fluid tokens. We just talked about the unlocking of DOG, which is crushing it in terms of momentum. And then if you are a founder and you want a staking vault for your community, if you're a founder of an Ordinal collection, you etched a rune. The only caveat is you need somewhat established community. It can be small. You can have a holder count of, you know, let's say like 50 or something. You're trying to get going. Reach out to them through their Discord, and they will be ready to answer any of your questions, get you guys set up. Exciting times for this team. Don't forget, they also have their aquarium tool, which you can earn Babel fees from. That's a really cool platform as well, guys. They're building tools for you guys to use and earn as well. You know, airdrop tool, awesome for Rune's founders as well. Just check them out at fluidtokens.com. You can check out the Cardano side or the Bitcoin side there. And then Tokyo Wallet is the smart wallet, smart multi-chain wallet. We just put out a founder interview with our guy Shaz. Go check that out on our channel. But this token, or this wallet with Tokyo, is built for UI. So the experience is all about like making it better for the end user, right? You can actually swap Bitcoin runes there because they have partnered with SAS Terminal. You can, you know, swap for Cardano tokens there. There's so much, and they're going to be adding more and more environments for you guys. So stay tuned, listen up. They're always doing dog giveaways as well. And if you did win some of those good giveaways, just be patient. They, you know, had to get through the blitz and travel around a little bit, but they did let me know that those are coming very, very shortly for you guys. So visit Tokyo.io to learn more about that team. And then Merlin Chain, doing everything in terms of partnerships, the Wrap BTC DAO. They also are doing things with Sui. They're, you know, they have their AI agent, AI agent wizard 0.03, which is kind of helps you guide you through the Merlin chain ecosystem. Stay tuned for tomorrow because we're gonna have Jeff on for Merlin Mondays on a Tuesday, but it has to do with the traveling. We got to get that lined up there. But yeah, so hey, look, if you want to help secure the chain, you can do so. Earn 15% APR. Go to merlinchain.io, click on stake, and you can stake your Merlin tokens there and earn 15% APR. I think that's a really good deal there. You know, let us know if you guys have any questions. Let them know. Excited for that team. And lastly, but not least, is our integrated partners in Jungle, which was formerly known as Foxy AI. We will be live streaming tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, Cypher Striker. So if you're into first-person shooters and clans, then you can join us. All you need is a Bitcoin supported wallet. I think you can use Phantom as well. Head over, pick a clan, and then we go to war for about 45 minutes. It's a fun time. We joke around, talk, that kind of stuff. They got some big announcements coming out for you guys as well. And then Ordinal Hive is your Ordinal aggregator marketplace. Cheapest Ordinals around will be at Ordinal Hive. And they have amazing trader tools there too. Good education, good tooling. Check out Ordinal Hive. Thank you guys so much for checking out our partners.
Yep. Great job, man. I'm just gonna hit on a few of these comments coming in because much love, appreciate it. Got great guys. I love you. Says Ordinals tweets. The show is #1 on earth. Thank you so much, man. Kevin Williams says, great show. Malam Yuri says, great show. Just want to appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching every single day. But guys, if you wouldn't mind checking us out on OnChainRevolution.io. This is our website. We have some of the best articles. We're trying to put together for you guys some of the most educational stuff possible. It'll be all on our website. So if you wouldn't mind checking out our website on a daily basis, we much appreciate it. Like I said, some of the best articles dating all the way back to 2023. If you know someone just entering the space, please send them our website. We really feel like it can help them get started and code up to where we are today. If you guys need a VPN, check out NordVPN. It's my personal favorite. I actually have 2 accounts now. One account gets you up to 5 devices. I have a house full of people, so every device in my house is full of VPNs. I don't want kids to go to any sites to track their IP, which could lead to the home address. Me as a Bitcoiner, I don't want anyone knowing my home address. I make sure whenever I go to a site and my IP is hidden with a VPN, that is privacy. You're allowed privacy. Nothing is illegal about a VPN. And second, what happens, with a lot of these sites, something like yalla.org, which I've been airdrop hunting, they don't let me on there because I'm in the US, but with my VPN on, I don't got to worry about that. That is not your country stopping you. That is the website that is stopping you, but do not let anything stop you, especially when it comes to free money. And then if you guys are going to Vegas, or if you're there and you're, damn, I don't have tickets to the main event, jump over here to our site. If you pay in Bitcoin, you get a really nice discount right now because they want your Bitcoin. So definitely check out this. You can buy the Bitcoin and then use it. That's actually the way to go, right? If you can buy Bitcoin on Cash App and then just send that Bitcoin to when you make that payment. So it's an easy way. And you don't got to spend your Bitcoin. You're gonna, instead of doing the cash, just convert it to Bitcoin. So definitely check out that there. And if you guys need merch, it's too late for that event, but for the next event, or if you're just kind of lounging around at home and you want some really amazing ordinals or on-chain stuff here, check everything out here at our website. Jackets, hats, school bags, and so much more. Check it all out at OnChainRevolution.io. And guys, we are live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 3 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. Until tomorrow.
Peace.
OnChain Revolution roll call. Market recap. You not bullish enough. No. You're not bullish enough. No. Look at the price go. Bitcoin control. Why you still coping? Price action rolling. Don't fall for bear traps. Swapping indexes and putting it up in the sex. I can take profit right now. OnChain is where I be now. You can never look back. They don't want you to know. How did the market react? Fear and greed gotta adapt. Now we bridging the tokens and marching the network right now. You know how crazy we are. Nookies are savages now. They know how crazy we are. Chain abstraction, main attraction.